Well, we're finally doing it. I've wanted to come up here for a long time. We're on Lake Winnipeg, specifically fishing out of Hecla. And just a massive fall bite. I've had friends that have been up here, and it sounds like one of the best fall bites on the planet. And so I'm looking forward to reuniting with a few greenbacks.
So the last few days we've had a extremely strong south wind, blowing 60, 80 yesterday. So we've got a heavy current. All the water's been hauled out by the wind to the North Basin. And in the next couple days, we'll probably get a transition back towards the north. It's just, with the heavy south wind, we've got such a massive amount of water that has moved up towards the North Basin right now. That's what's creating our heavy current right now. That one might be a little better size.
All right, I'll get the net here ready here if you need it.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah. I would get the net.
That's a good fish here.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There we go. Woo! That's how we do it. That's what we came for.
That is a beautiful fish.
Holy smokes.
That fish just looked different coming up.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, look at that one. Beautiful. Oh.
Geese flying in the background.
Wow.
Yeah, just put them right on the floor.
Let's have a look. Oh, that would crack our Manitoba master angler, I believe.
Yeah, 29.
Pretty close.
28 and a half.
28 and a half, yeah. Oh,
awesome. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Oh, okay, girl. Okay, girl. And back. Get a healthy release. Oh, thank you, girl. Nice, beautiful full walleye. Awesome. Oh, fantastic. That's how we do it.
You get into the fall, and something I really come to believe is that for the most part, most of the year, you're trying to find some secret spot, some little tucked away spot that maybe people overlook and they don't know about. In the fall, don't overthink it. You know, you've got these massive movements of fish, where you've got fish transitioning, moving, and it seems like your community spots often really fire up in the fall, you know, because your community spots are big, obvious spots that can hold a lot of fish, and when fish move, they collect and they're attracted to those spots. And then in the fall, typically you've got fewer people fishing, and so on most lakes that we fish, you can't go wrong focusing on the big, obvious community spots. I mean, the big points, the major reefs, you know, just the big, obvious spots that everybody knows about. Really, I mean, they're at their best when you're looking at the fall. There we go.
Good one?
A little bigger than the last one, maybe. Oh,
nice.
Just another 23-inch walleye.
These ones spoil us.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, come here. So you can about imagine being in this neck down bottleneck area. There's a lot of current ripping through here. Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Gorgeous, gorgeous greenback.
You can see the current on your line. You can see the current, feel the current when you're fishing. And that's kind of a classic walleye pattern in the fall. Look for current.
I would say the quantity and quality coming out of Lake Winnipeg is phenomenal. Out of Hecla is practically untouchable compared to other places in Lake Winnipeg. Maybe very close to Pine Falls, during the fall walleye run. But during the spring walleye run here and the fall walleye run, it really is something that every angler should experience once. The numbers are untouchable. We have days where it's very easily to get 50 to 100 fish. The amount of master anglers that come out of here are next to none. I mean, we've had probably 3, 4, 5 in single day trips. It's just a fishery that is very tough to match.
There we go.
Nice. Matt?
No.
That's not bad.
No, not a bad one.
That's not bad.
Your reality gets. I always tell people.
It gets skewed out here. Hecla ruins people for
for
fishing.
sure. It's like
right?
tasting sugar for the first
Yeah.
time. You know, you catch so many fish, and yeah, I can think of a lot of places where this would be a big walleye, a nice walleye, whatever you want to call it, and up here it's like, oh no, I got a small one. Hook popped right out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Beauty.
That's the thing too, is, you know, every time you drop down, you've got a chance to catch basically the biggest walleye of your life. And in the meantime, it's just collateral damage. Catching crazy numbers of fish, anywhere from 12 inches to 30 inches. I mean, you just never know. But you catch, I mean, it's nothing to catch 100 fish in a boat in a day up here. That's why people come up here. So the best fall walleye fishing on the planet, as far as I'm concerned.
The reason why the walleye is so hot during the fall and spring is because they make that transitional run. So fall time right now, they're all running down from the North Basin to the South Basin right now, feeding all the way, basically getting ready to stage in front of all of the rivers and mouths of the lake, getting ready for their spawn coming up in the spring. And Hecla here is such a choke point for those fish that we're just getting them on that transitional run right now as they come up and slam bait fish up against the shelf here. So it's basically their migratory path. Just like the geese are moving, so are the walleye in the fall. This is a not bad one either, Jason.
All right, need the
Yeah.
net. Boy, they just dog, huh? Yeah, that's a better fish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, here. Bring them out here if you can. Oh my!
There we go. Wow.
Place where dreams are made,
All
huh?
Unbelievable.
Barbless hooks pop right
Pop
out.
right off. Sorry. There we go.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Another nice one. Wow.
Here. Oh yeah.
Wow. What a morning we're having here.
Yeah. It kind of gets to the
Phenomenal.
point where you just kind of, well, we'll measure this one, but I got to feel by the end of the day we won't even be measuring anything unless we think it's
That's probably
over 30
another
inches.
Manitoba master angler. 28 again.
You know, so when people talk about fishing Lake Winnipeg, especially through the ice, you know, typically people are fishing that southern basin, whether it's out of Selkirk, out of Gimli, and, you know, that area in front of the Red River is where most of the ice fishing occurs. We actually went up to Hecla here, oh, it was probably a couple winters ago, just to kind of do a little exploring, and we were kind of intrigued by it, where there's crazy numbers of fish. There's more of a morning and evening bite, a lot more structure. There's a lot deeper water. But one of the things that just blows my mind is, you know, you look at the southern basin. I mean, that's a big chunk of water. I mean, that's a massive, massive body of water. But when you look at this Hecla area, it's kind of a narrow, protected area where you get out here, you know, on most days, and you know, you'll see 16-foot boats out here fishing because it's just a narrow, protected area. And then you look that big chunk of water to the north, and talk about a pinch point or a bottleneck as far as an area that forces current and forces fish through a small area. This is a pretty special opportunity. This might be interesting here. Oh, this is fun, huh?
I love it.
Then to catch fish on a jig. This is a good one. This is a heavy fish. Should be able to see it soon. Oh yeah, nice walleye.
There we
go.
go.
Thank you, sir.
Nice one.
You just leave it right there.
You betcha.
Great fish.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh. Come here, girl. Settle down. Oh my. Big old teeth on her. Boy. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, huh?
Beauty.
They are just so thick. Oh, settle down. They're just thick. Whoa.
She's happy and healthy.
Oh, good stuff. So, you know, you're jigging like this with these salted shiners for whatever reason. I mean, a lot of times you just get this tiny little, just a tick on the end of the rod tip, and it could be a 20-inch walleye, it could be a 10-inch walleye. This big fish can bite the same as a small fish at times, and so, you know, between that and the fact that this water is so dirty, you know, don't worry about getting fancy as far as having fluorocarbon leaders or the fish seeing your line. They're not, okay? This dirty of water, you know, you're fishing in 18 feet of water, these fish can't see this line. And so a lot of times I'm just using just a thin briz, suffix 832 high vis. I'm just tying directly to the jig. I'm not messing with a fluorocarbon leader. Why? Because it's cold out here. Just less things go wrong. You don't have to worry about the knots break. You don't have to worry about tying knots. So tie direct to the jig. You know, use a big enough jig to find bottom in this current. So this is just a 3/8 ounce deep V spin jig from Northland Fishing Tackle, and I love jigs with that bottom spinner blade on them in this dirty water. I feel like you get a little bit of water displacement, some vibration, some flash, some noise, and just hooking up a salted shiner on that. It's just a situation where you're finding bottom and you're maybe bringing up 6 inches to a foot off the bottom. If you see fish come through higher on your electronics, you can always reel up to the fish, but that's the program right there. I mean, just heavy jigs, that spinner blade right below the boat. You know, a lot of times you're spot locking, and if you're just catching a few fish, sometimes you can move over 20 feet. You'll get in the stronger current, get off the current a little bit, get over some rock, get off the rock. You know, you're just making these small moves in these fishy areas and try to get something put together. But these fish are just coming through, and there's so many fish. I mean, a lot of times you'll see 10 boats lined up and everybody's got their net out. I mean, these schools are massive, and so really a neat part of the world to fish.
Decent. So for me, the most attractive spots obviously are main points, sunken reefs, sunken islands, but areas of most interest are low current areas. I don't want no current at all, but you want a low current area. If you get a low current area, it's gonna bring through a lot of bait fish and the bite's gonna be spot on. But with the heavy current, it's really causing the fish to use a lot of energy pushing against the current, and there definitely shuts down the bite.
You can see this, there's kind of this pinch point, this bottleneck area that we're sitting in. There's a lot of current through here. I mean, it's pretty significant. I've been up here in the winter time, and the ice is bad in this area. You just stay away from this area in the winter time. And it doesn't matter if it's up here, Winnipeg River, the Red River. We've been up here in the past. It's really tough to beat just spot locking or anchoring in one spot and just letting these fish come through in these bottleneck pinch points. Oh, a small fish. And you know, you're spot locking in one spot and these fish are just passing through in waves. I'll just lift him in. I don't think he's very big. Be a great fish fry fish, that's for sure. But you know, it's crazy. You know, you'll see fish just come through, and you know, you'll sit for 5-10 minutes, and all of a sudden you'll get a couple fish, you'll get a few bites, and all of a sudden some big fish roll through. But these fish are just moving all the time.
Wolf packs.
Yep. And I mean, we've seen this up here, the Winnipeg River, the Red River. You just anchor in these key areas. It's almost like sitting in a tree stand waiting for deer to walk by. But I don't know if there's a better way to just catch fish than just spot locking with just a jig and a minnow hanging it over the side, as far as just simply catching fish.
Yep.
This is a better one, possibly.
Okay, I'll grab the net.
Yeah, small head shakes. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe pulling out drag.
Good bend on the rod.
Oh no, little guy.
Little guy.
Feisty one.
Yeah. That's where Hecla spoils you.
Yeah, Hecla spoils you, huh?
So the best presentation out here by far is vertical jigging, jigging a minnow. If you can add a little flash to it, a little action to your jig, anything to add a little vibration in the water. We do have extremely milky, chalky, dirty water here. It's flowing out of the Red River. We've got a primarily sand-based bottom, so with heavy winds that's getting churned up. If you can add anything to draw their attention, anything to add a little scent, an extra little scent, or the salted minnow is a killer out here. You need the salt to kind of bring them in a little more. I've tried frozen minnows without the salt, and the salted minnow will probably outfish the unsalted minnow 5 to 1.
Whoa, whoa, what's that? That is a good one. That's gotta be, huh? Your handle's bending on your rod. Come on the other side of you here. Whoa. We were just threatening to leave too, and that's how it goes. Yep. Wow, that's a good fish. Oh my. There we go. Nice. That's a great walleye. Whew. All right. Nice job.
Beauty. Gorgeous fish.
That just looked like a cool strike. Your hands
Right?
get so cold
Yeah.
and slippery and wet. You set the hook on those big fish, and a rod about bounces right out of your hand sometimes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, this is just a beautiful marina here in Gull Harbor. And so you've got a restaurant, you've got cabins, beautiful harbor here. It really is a cool area. I mean, it's a vacation area where people come up here and they honeymoon. I mean, you could bring your wife or girlfriend or spouse. So we're gonna go in and have some food, but yeah, I mean, this is really, this is definitely something to put on your list. If you like to catch a lot of walleyes, a lot of big walleyes, we always joke as guides, people call, oh, I want to catch a lot of walleyes, I want to catch a bunch of big walleyes. Like, yeah, don't we all? This is actually a place where you can do that. I mean, it's incredible. So at the end of the day of fish, you come in and have a good meal. When you're in Canada, you always got to get gravy for your fries. But this is a destination, a trip. If you ever get a chance to do it, especially with exchange rates, this is a really affordable trip as well. Nice cabins, good food, some of the best fishing on the planet. Can't go wrong.